People judged me. People thought I was a weirdo. People thought I was whatever, right? And it was hurtful because I hadn't built up the internal resilience to trust myself. Question: do you find yourself often worrying about the outcome of different situations? Do you find yourself filled with anxiety, staying up at night, and find most of your days you're just like, man, I'm giving a shit about so many things. This person's response to me, the response from my client, whether money is going to come in, what these people are going to think about me, what's going to happen a month from now. If most of your life is filled with anxiety about outcomes, I'm going to share some tips over the next couple of days. But I'm going to start with one tip today and see what your reaction to it is, to see if I should continue doing this. And that first tip is to begin to take pride in the unique parts of you, the things which make you unique. Now, this is very important because human beings are tribal. We are parts of families, we are parts of different groups, cultures, and so on and so forth. And so we are always under pressure to fit in. The problem is when you are trying to fit in, when you're trying to be other people, what's the saying? Saying is the opposite of being yourself is trying to fit in. Right? The opposite of being yourself. Everybody, oh, I want to be myself, but you're actually trying to fit in so many areas of your life, right? So let's say your family, for instance. Your family is a tribe, it's a group. And as much as you might try to break away from your family, a lot of times we may find ourselves concerned about the way our family thinks, what they think about our career, what they think about our lifestyle choices. And you might not think it's a big deal, but all those little things pile up over time, and they cause us to have a very frictional, is that a word? Frictional relationship with our family. The same could happen with people at work, your social circle, whatever the case may be. When you start taking pride in the things which make you unique, you begin to become more of yourself. Being more of yourself and looking at those things that make you stand out a little bit, those things you may have been criticized for many years ago, those things that people say are weird about you, the more you embrace it, trust me on this, the less you're going to give a shit. Here's one reason. Because the ROI, the return on investment in just being you, is always higher than the return on investment of being like everybody else. Being like everybody else gets you what everybody else is getting, emotionally as well. If you try to be like your family, if you try to be like your culture, and you try to fit in and be like them, you're going to get the same shit they get. You're going to get the same concerns down the road. You're going to struggle with the same issues that your family struggled with. You're literally going to be a carbon copy of them. And many of us do this because of fear. We are afraid of going our own way. We are afraid of living our own lives. And we have been told and we have been chastised and we have been judged for our uniqueness. But I'll tell you from personal experience and the experience of many of those around me that being yourself is the most profitable investment, financially speaking as well. Most things in my life that I've gotten a great return on have not been things that had to do with me fitting in. It's had to do with me saying, I want that, I like that, that's me, and I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna reduce it. Whether it was my appearance, relationships, my lifestyle, my career choice, everything actually. Like I would say 90% of my life has been profitable. That is the investments I made in my 20s, which were painful. They were painful because I was ostracized. People judged me. People thought I was a weirdo. People thought I was whatever, right? And it was hurtful because I hadn't built up the internal resilience to trust myself, right? But I persevered. And as time went on, I realized that I was becoming happier and happier. And whenever I started feeling grateful for things, I would look at my life, I would think of the things I was grateful for. And almost everything in my life that I was grateful for came as a result of being myself. Even when I looked at my family and the parts of my family or the unique things about my family that I was grateful for, not even unique things, it all came down to decisions that were made by my parents or decisions that were made by members of my family or people who were close to me that had to do with not trying to fit in, right? Like everything, most things in life, when you look at a civilization, when you look at anything new and innovative, right? It's always created by somebody who was trying to make the decision to do what? To not fit in, right? So that's my message for you guys today, right? I hope you find it helpful. And the big saying to get from that would be that the opposite of being yourself is trying to fit in, all right? I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'll speak to you later.